We first met the steelworkers from Metropolis, Illinois, in Madison, Wisconsin, earlier this year, where workers from all over the country were gathered to defend the right to collective bargaining. Until their lockout in June of last summer, these workers ran Honeywell's uranium conversion plant, the only one of its kind in the U.S., and they depended on their collectively bargained rights to defend the health and safety of themselves and their community. A few weeks back, USW Local 7669 came to Morris, New Jersey, to exercise another right, their rights as shareholders of the very company that has locked them out for all these months. Our own Danya Abt traveled there to get the story with cinematographer Zac Halberd.
I'll see you there tomorrow.
This is the Honeywell corporate headquarters up on top of the hill there. We haven't been there yet. We tried in November.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, the steelworkers are going to keep coming. If I get in there, I just want to ask, how much money are you willing to spend to break this union? At every plant, they've said, we're losing money. We're losing money. Their profits are records, but they're losing money. Mm-hmm. So either somebody don't account very well or they're lying. Mm-hmm. And in Metropolis, we find out that they do a lot of lying.
Back in 2008, Mr. Dave Cote, which is the CEO of Honeywell, came to our plant in Metropolis. And during his visit in June of 2008, he called a town hall meeting. The people that was there working that day, they could if they could go to the lunchroom and have a question and answer time with Mr. Cote. And during that meeting, one of our senior members spoke to Mr. Cote about some illegal storage of hazardous waste at our site. Our license says for a record waste that we can store it 90 days. After 90 days, it has to be put back into the system or shipped off to a burial site for hazardous waste. And he explained to Mr. Cote that Honeywell was not in compliance with that licensing under the EPA RCRA Act. And so he didn't like that. He told us that Honeywell has always been, doing everything legal the way it's supposed to. And so it was about close to 2 years ago, the federal EPA stormed in the plant with armed marshals and basically gave Honeywell at our facility a warrant to search and take documents, computer records, and everything. And ever since then, it seems like it's been downhill with the relationship between the union and the company. 2 months ago, Honeywell pleaded guilty to a felony on the illegal storage of hazardous waste at our site.
It's not something that's done by accident. It's not something that it was oversight. They intentionally stored hazardous waste there because it's cheaper to store it than it is to ship it off like it's supposed to. They want to just cover it up with dirt and act like it's not there. Now the problem with that is this stuff leaks into the groundwater, and Metropolis has only got 6,700 people in it. So we're drinking that groundwater. In the end, it gets back to my house, and that's my concern. I live a half a mile from that plant.
With about 2 years left on our previous contract, we started really getting hammered by Honeywell. When I speak of hammered, I'm talking about anything that we did. If we put a sticker on our hard hat, if we wrote something on our coveralls, a lot of times we would write, if a part number I need, I'd write it on my coveralls. And just every little thing that they could get on to us, they would. And we're kind of like, what's going on here? So we put our heads together with our international, and they said, they're coming at you guys. And so we prepared to get into a pretty harsh negotiation. And so June 22nd of 2009 is when our contract was up. And Honeywell thought that they had got to us in those 2 years to make us mad enough that we would strike. The last day of negotiations, they asked us what we were going to do, and we said, well, we're going to come to work tomorrow, or unless you want to bargain, but we're going to continue working and bargaining. Well, that lasted for 1 week, and then June 28th is when it was actually on an evening shift. We worked 12-hour shifts. It was at 7 o'clock in the evening is when they, everybody that was in the plant, they told them that they wouldn't need their services no more. And the people that were going in to relieve them of their jobs, they told them they wouldn't be allowed on the grounds.
What do we want? Contract. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Contract. When do we want it? Now. All the other shareholders, Morgan Stanley and Citigroup, and all the other big money shareholders, they're driving their cars in. So we're going to drive our cars in, but we're going to do it like a union, right? So we're going to put our signs and our banners and everything else on the side of our car. We're going to turn on our blinking lights, and we're going to drive into the meeting just like every other shareholder.
Because everybody has a paperwork.
I just need that one slip right there. One sheet. Yeah, no, you gave it to me. I have it sitting in the car.
Let's roll.
Let's get ahead of Morgan Stanley and all the rich people, so they're going to say, oh, let's get them out of here so the rich people can come in.
Good luck, people.
Come on.
We have always been the overseer in that facility, the union that has been there ever since the plant was formed. If we've seen things, unsafe acts or situations, we would call them on it. I think nuclear power is safe. It has to be treated as a dangerous industry, but through workers working with the companies, that's how a lot of your safety issues get taken, getting taken care of. But I think the regulations are probably going to get a little tighter, and I think they need to, just for the simple fact that you can lock workers out of a nuclear facility and bring temporary workers in that's never worked at a plant like that in your life, and we're the only one in the United States. So if they come from the United States, they have zero experience in working in the conversion of UF6. So I'd like to see some regulations tighten up.
Shareholders.
Shareholders?
Yes, sir.
I think all shareholder meetings is a formality. And we just wanted the shareholders to know that they've spent $70 million to keep us locked out in 10 months to where they didn't have to spend that. Because we said we would continue working and continue bargaining. Why a corporation would want to spend $70 million when they don't have to was a question that I asked Mr. Cody, and of course they're pretty good at dancing around the correct answer, but basically the answer was every site is different. That was my answer that I got for that.
I didn't start this fight, but I will end it. There's a lot of people say, look, you got a lot of education, won't you leave Honeywell and go find another job? But that's not me. I don't quit. When this is over, the 1 day longer part, when it's over, that's when I'll look at my options whether I want to work for this company. But I will not quit in the middle of a fight. I'm going to keep on until it's over, and then we all go back to work, and then I'll decide if Honeywell is a corporation I want to continue to work for. But I will not quit in the middle. I'm not a quitter.
Enjoy GRITtv? Want more people to see it? Well, we are making our program available free to public television stations coast to coast. If you would like to see our show on your local public television station, please give them a call and ask for GRITtv with Laura Flanders. Thanks.